This is the video for Circle Tool exercise number 4. All right, so that's the assignment. So on Rockspace, under Sketching, Circle Tool exercise 4 is where you're going to find the assignment to submit screenshots of your project. Okay, so you see the project in front of us. We are going to start off with a sketch on the top bottom plane. Okay, how are we going to do this? Well, let's make this spot right here the origin. Okay, we're going to draw a 20 millimeter line and a second 20 millimeter line starting from the axis going across. We're going to position these lines. If you add all this up, it's 70 millimeters, I promise you. Okay, so we'll do sketch dimension. We'll position them 70 millimeters across. From the midpoints, so this will be the vertical axis. From the midpoints of each line, we'll draw a construction line down. That'll help us center our designs here. We're going to then use the 3-point circle tool. We don't use this often. As a matter of fact, though, it will be on your final. You will use the 3-point circle tool on your final, or at least as the finals planned today. We're going to draw, we got a radius 64.5 on this arc. Once again, we haven't learned the arc tool yet. What I'm going to do is draw, if the radius is 64.5, that means our circle's diameter is 129. So if I drew a 3-point circle with this being 0.1, 0.2, and came back out and set the diameter of my circle at 129, click for the third time, it will provide me with this arc right here when I trim away the excess. So that's how we're going to create that. We'll have a vertical line in place, so I don't need to do another circle. I'll mirror this to the other side. I'll create either a 12 millimeter or 8 millimeter center diameter circle. I'll position that circle 6.6 millimeters from the, I'll create it on the vertical, no, on the line that the vertical line we drew here, that is at the midpoints, not on the axis. I'll draw the first circle and offset to create the second. This is an 8 millimeter center diameter circle here. That will be positioned 12.5 millimeters above. All right, I'll draw another one, 8 millimeters, and that's going to be positioned 31.8 millimeters above that one. And then I'll draw my second group of circles here, and those will be, they're concentric, and I'll position them 6.6 millimeters from the top line. I'll draw a construction line connecting the center points of these two circles. I'll offset that construction line by 2 millimeters, both directions. Trim away the excess. That'll give me that portion of the shape. And notice that does not get extruded. So I should be done with my sketch at that point. I'll extrude this section 5 millimeters. That'll be one body. I'll extrude these two as new bodies because I'm going to give those a different appearance. Let's get started. There's the finished shape or design. Let's go with the new canvas. Create sketch, top bottom plane. There we are. All right, let's go create line. There's my line tool. And I'm going to start at the origin, 20 millimeters, enter. I'm going to drag that dimension line down below my design. I'm going to create a second one. I'm going to go up this axis. All right, click. Didn't put it on the 70 mark just so I could use the sketch dimension tool. And there's my second line. 20 millimeters. Let's go create sketch dimension, keyboard shortcut of D. There it is in the toolbar. Click on the top line, the bottom line, and I'm going to set my dimension to be 70 millimeters. 70. This one's tied to the origin, so the upper one moved up. All right, let's create our vertical construction line from the midpoints of our two lines we've drawn. There's the first midpoint, so I'm going to click, come straight down 90 degrees. Yep, click, and I've got midpoint constraints on both ends of my line. Very good. Let's change it to construction. Select the line, keyboard, the key X, toggle it to construction. There we go. Now, let's create our first arc. I'm going to move this out. I'm going to move my design down a little bit and zoom in. There we are. Let's go create circle, 3-point circle, create circle, 3-point circle. All right, the outer endpoints are my lines are going to be my first two clicks. So I'm click. I'm going to come up. The second point, click. All right, I start to drag out. Let's set our diameter 129 millimeters. Did I miss a click? Let's escape. I'm going to do that again. Create circle, 3-point circle. Point 1, click. Point 2, click. 129 millimeters. Let's flip it to this side. Good. Notice it goes through the 2 points. The circle does. My third point, I'm going to click back here at 129. And there we are. Let's go ahead and trim away what we don't need of that circle. So I'm going to come out here on the back side of it. That's going to trim away everything I don't need between. So now, that was 129 millimeters in diameter, which gives me a radius of 64.5, doesn't it? Yes, it does. 64.5 times 2 is 129. I promise you my math is correct. Let's mirror this to the other side. This is going to conveniently work as our mirror line as well. Create mirror. There's the toolbar shortcut. Select our arc. Change our selection to mirror line. There we are. And it's mirrored to the other side. That looks good. Click OK. All right, now let's bring up dimensions real quick. So we're going to start drawing some circles. I'm going to draw an 8 millimeter circle and then offset it by 2 millimeters to give me a 12 millimeter circle. I'll draw a couple. That'll be a couple more 8 millimeter circles. Okay. I'll position them and then a last 8 millimeters. So 4 8 millimeter center diameter circles is what we're going to start off with. Let's go create circle, center diameter circle, keyboard shortcut of C. I'm going to come up here, 8. I'm going to offset it by 2, 2. There we are. Let's go ahead and dimension it. 6.6 millimeters, so the center of my circle to the top edge. Let's make it 6.6. And there we are with that one. Now, let's create another center diameter circle. You should know where to find it by now. This one's going to be 8 again. Type it in. There we are. Let's dimension that one while we're at it. So that is going to be 12.5 millimeters from the center of my two circles here. So there's the center of that one. I was close, wasn't I? 12.5. And there we are. That one's positioned. Let's go back to our circle tool. Create circle, center diameter circle. Let's do our bottom set. I'll go a little higher this time, 8. Let's offset that circle by 2 millimeters. Modify offset, 2 millimeters. My circle is selected. Why 2 millimeters? Because it's 2 millimeters on each side. So 8 plus 2 plus the 2 on the other side gives me a 12 millimeter circle, which is what I was looking for. My last circle. Well, let's position that before I do the last circle. So this one's going to be 6.6 millimeters from the bottom. Very good. All right. And now our last circle, we'll go right in here, call it 8 millimeters. Now we can go 31.8 between these two circles, 12.5 between these two, 6.1, half dozen on the other. Sketch dimension, we'll do here, center of that circle, center of this circle, 31.8. All right, now let's trim away what we don't need of our construction line here. I don't need that. I don't need that. That keeps me from having to draw another construction line here. If you remember, we're going to offset that construction line by 2 millimeters. If I didn't break it, it would go all the way up on my offset. I just want to do this section. It's not necessary, it just keeps it cleaner and less trimming. Let's go modify offset. There's my line, 2 millimeters, and enter. Now, notice that line didn't go all the way to my circle there. How can I get that all the way to the circle? I could have not trimmed this out, but it wouldn't let me teach the next tool. I'm going to use the extend tool. Let's go modify, extend, modify, extend. I'm going to select, oh, I'm going to undo that because it did it without my requesting. There we are. I had the line selected, so it extended it. Modify, extend. This way I can actually demonstrate it. So the end of that line, see how it turns red there and wants to extend onto the circle. There we go. Let's do the other end. And there we are. Okay. Let's offset again. Here's our line. This time we're going to go -2 millimeters. Okay. And let's extend it as well. Modify, extend. That way it's going to extend to the object. Extend. There we go. There. And there. Let's trim away, because we want this interior to be one enclosed shape. Let's trim away the bottoms of these circles here. There we are. And we have one enclosed shape. Let's finish sketch. Home position. Let's extrude. And that is going to be an extrusion of 5 millimeters. Click OK. Bring our sketch back. Extrude our 2 circles. Those are going to be new bodies. New body, and I want them to go up 12 millimeters. Seems high. Oh, I read the wrong thing. 7 millimeters. Click OK.